Hello, darlings. When one thinks of Iran, what comes to mind? Perhaps it's a land of mystery, veiled in headlines and hushed stories. But I want to take you on a journey to a different Iran, the one I've had the privilege to glimpse. This is Persia, a name that itself sounds like a whisper from an ancient storybook. It's a country whose history is not just written in books, but is etched into the very mountains, deserts, and the magnificent stones of its cities. For thousands of years, this land has been a cradle of civilization, a place where great empires rose and fell, leaving behind a legacy that simply takes your breath away. It is a story of kings, poets, artists, and prophets, all waiting to be discovered. Imagine standing in a place where Cyrus the Great once walked, or gazing up at domes tiled in the most brilliant blues you have ever seen. Iran is not just a country. It is a vast, open-air museum. Every corner you turn, you find something that speaks of a glorious past. From the immense ruins of ancient palaces to the winding alleys of desert cities, the history here is alive. You can almost hear the chatter of merchants on the Silk Road, the prayers echoing in ancient fire temples, and the songs of poets in blossoming gardens. This is a land that has given the world so much, from early forms of writing to some of the most beautiful art and architecture ever created. What makes Iran so utterly captivating is this incredible tapestry of cultures. It's not one single story, but many, woven together over centuries. You have the grandeur of the Achaemenid Empire, the world's first superpower. Then came the Parthians and Sasanians, followed by the transformative arrival of Islam, which ushered in a golden age of science, art, and philosophy. But other threads are just as important. The ancient faith of Zoroastrianism, which still has followers today, and the long, proud history of Armenian Christians who found refuge here. It's a mosaic of beliefs and traditions, all living side by side. And so, our adventure begins. We are not just visiting sites, we are stepping through portals in time. We will travel from the sun-scorched plains, where empires were born, to the cool, fragrant gardens of Isfahan. We will wander through bustling bazaars that have thrived for a millennium, and seek out quiet monasteries hidden in remote mountain valleys. This is a journey to understand the soul of a nation, to see beyond the news and connect with the immense, timeless beauty of its people and their heritage. So, come with me. Let's explore the treasures of Iran, a land that has a story to tell around every corner. It's going to be simply marvelous. Our first stop is simply staggering. We travel to the plains of Fars province, the very heartland of the ancient Persian Empire. Here, rising from the earth like a dream, is Persepolis. Its name means City of the Persians, and it was the ceremonial capital of the Achaemenid kings, figures like Darius the Great and his son, Xerxes. Founded around 518 BC, this was not an ordinary city for living in. It was a grand stage, a place built to impress. Imagine envoys from every corner of the known world, from Ethiopia to India, arriving here, bearing gifts for the King of Kings. They would walk up the grand staircases, their eyes wide with wonder at the sheer scale and magnificence of it all. What you see today are the breathtaking ruins of that glory. Even after Alexander the Great's armies burned it down in 330 BC, what remains is awe-inspiring. You walk up the wide, shallow steps of the grand staircase, designed so that nobles in their long robes could ascend gracefully. You find yourself in the Apadana, the great audience hall, where colossal columns still reach for the sky. The most wonderful part for me are the stone reliefs carved into the walls. They are like a photograph from 2,500 years ago, showing delegations from across the empire, each depicted with their unique clothing and gifts. You can see Medes, Lydians, and Scythians, all frozen in stone, a testament to the empire's vast diversity. Just a short drive away lies Pasargade, a site that feels quieter but no less profound. This was the first capital of the Achaemenid Empire, founded by Cyrus the Great himself in the 6th century BC. It is a more sprawling, serene place, set in a wide, peaceful plain. Here, amidst the scattered ruins of palaces and gardens, you will find the tomb of Cyrus. It is a simple, elegant structure of 6 stone tiers topped by a small chamber. It looks almost humble, yet this is the final resting place of one of history's most revered rulers, a man known for his wisdom and his pioneering declaration of human rights. It's a place for quiet reflection. The preservation of these sites is a monumental task. Persepolis in particular faces challenges from the elements. Wind, rain, and the scorching sun all take their toll on the ancient stone reliefs. Archaeologists and conservators work tirelessly to protect these treasures. They use special materials to shield the carvings and study the impact of tourism. Visiting these places, you feel a great sense of responsibility. You are walking on sacred ground, a testament to a civilization that shaped the world. It reminds you that history is fragile, and we are its temporary guardians, privileged to witness its enduring power. It is a truly humbling experience. Now, we must travel even further back in time, to an age before the great Persian kings. We are heading to the southeast of Iran, to the Sistan and Baluchistan province, a land of stark desert landscapes. Here, near the Helmand River, lies a truly astonishing site called Shahr-e-Sukhteh, or the Burnt City. This is one of the world's first complex societies, a Bronze Age metropolis that thrived over 5,000 years ago. It was contemporary with the early cities of Mesopotamia and the Indus Valley. This wasn't just a small settlement. It was a sprawling urban center with distinct zones for industry, housing, and burials. It's a place that completely rewrites what we thought we knew about early civilization in this part of the world. Walking through the burnt city today feels like being an explorer on another planet. The dry desert air has preserved things in a way that is almost unbelievable. Archaeologists have uncovered a treasure trove of artifacts that tell the story of a sophisticated and peaceful people. They have found beautiful pottery, intricate jewelry made from lapis lazuli and turquoise, and delicate textiles. One of the most famous discoveries is an artificial eyeball, one of the earliest prosthetics ever found, which belonged to a tall priestess. Another is a clay goblet with a series of drawings that, when spun, create a simple animation of a goat jumping. It's considered the world's first piece of animation. Even older than the burnt city are the Elamites, who built the magnificent ziggurat of Choga Zanbil in the southwest, near the modern city of Susa. Dating back to around 1250 BC, this is one of the best preserved ziggurats outside of Mesopotamia. It's a colossal stepped pyramid made of mud brick, built by King Untash Naparisha as a holy center dedicated to the Elamite gods. Originally, it was part of a larger city, enclosed by 3 concentric walls. Standing at its base and looking up at its towering form, you feel a powerful connection to a very ancient and mysterious faith. The sheer scale of it, built over 3,000 years ago, is mind-boggling. The challenge with these ancient mud brick sites is, of course, their fragility. Choga Zanbil and Shahr-e-Sukhteh are constantly battling erosion from wind and the rare but damaging rains. International teams, alongside Iranian experts, work to stabilize these structures, often using traditional methods and materials to repair them without causing further harm. These places matter so much because they show us that Iran's story didn't begin with Cyrus. It has roots that go deep into the very dawn of human cities, revealing a world of incredible innovation, art, and complex social life that we are only just beginning to fully understand. It's a fabulous and profound mystery. From the ancient dust of the desert, we leap forward in time to the 17th century and arrive in a city that is a vision of paradise on earth, Isfahan. There is an old Persian saying, Isfahan nesf-e-jahan, which means Isfahan is half the world. When you stand in the center of this glorious city, you understand why. During the reign of Shah Abbas the Great of the Safavid dynasty, Isfahan became the capital of Persia and one of the most magnificent cities on the planet. Shah Abbas was a brilliant urban planner, and his masterpiece was the Naqshi Jahan Square, now known as Imam Square. It is one of the largest city squares in the world, and it is utterly enchanting. The square is the heart of the city, a place where life unfolds against a backdrop of architectural perfection. On each side of the square stands a marvel. To the south is the breathtaking Imam Mosque, its entrance portal and towering dome covered in a sea of blue and turquoise tiles that shimmer in the sunlight. To the east is the Sheikh Lutfollah Mosque, a smaller, more intimate place of worship considered a masterpiece of harmony and design. Its dome has a creamy, dreamlike color that changes with the light of the day. To the west is the Ali Kapu Palace, from whose high terrace the Shah and his court would watch polo matches played in the square below. And to the north, the grand portal to the Imperial Bazaar invites you into a world of commerce and crafts. The architecture here is designed to inspire awe and devotion. The Safavids perfected the art of tile work, creating complex geometric patterns, floral motifs, and flowing calligraphy that cover every surface. It's called cuerda seca tile work, and it's like painting with ceramics. When you stand beneath the dome of the Imam Mosque and look up, It feels as if you are gazing into the heavens. The acoustics are also extraordinary. A single stamp of the foot under the center of the dome creates a cascade of echoes. It was all designed to amplify the voice of the prayer leader, but today it just feels like magic. Today, Isfahan is a living, breathing city, and the square is still its soul. Families come for picnics on the grass, couples stroll along the fountains, and horse-drawn carriages clatter across the cobblestone. The challenge is balancing this vibrant modern life with the preservation of such delicate historical monuments. The pollution from traffic can damage the ancient tiles, and the sheer number of visitors puts a strain on the structures. But the people of Isfahan are immensely proud of their city. They are its true guardians, and their warmth and hospitality make a visit here feel less like you're in a museum, and more like you've been welcomed into their beautiful home. Now we venture into the heart of the Iranian plateau, to a city that seems to have grown out of the desert itself, Yazd. This is a place that has masterfully adapted to one of the harshest climates on Earth. Yazd is an ancient city, mentioned by Marco Polo, and its historic center is a mesmerizing labyrinth of narrow, winding alleys made of sun-dried mud brick. Getting lost here is not a problem, it's the whole point. Every turn reveals a hidden courtyard, a beautifully carved wooden door, or a glimpse of a domed roof. The entire city is a testament to human ingenuity and the ability to create beauty and comfort in an unforgiving environment. It feels wonderfully timeless. Yazd is famous for two extraordinary architectural features. The first is the Badgir, or wind catcher. These are tall, elegant towers that rise from the rooftops all over the city. They are a brilliant, ancient form of air conditioning. The towers are designed to catch even the slightest breeze and funnel it down into the rooms below, often over a pool of water to cool it further. The second is the Qanat, an incredible underground water system. For thousands of years, the people of Yazd have dug gently sloping tunnels, some stretching for many kilometers, to bring water from the distant mountains to the city. This life-giving water is what allowed Yazd to flourish in the middle of the desert. Yazd is also a spiritual center, and one of the most important places for Zoroastrianism, one of the world's oldest monotheistic religions, which was the state religion of Persia before the arrival of Islam. Here you can visit the Ateşkade, or fire temple. Inside, a flame is kept burning in a special urn. The priests say this sacred fire has been burning continuously for over 1,500 years, carefully moved from temple to temple over the centuries. Just outside the city are the Towers of Silence, circular structures built on hilltops. Until the 1960s, Zoroastrians would leave their dead here, exposed to the elements and birds of prey, in a ritual designed to avoid polluting the sacred elements of earth, fire, or water. Preserving a city made almost entirely of mud brick is a constant labor of love. The buildings are vulnerable to water damage, and modern development can threaten the historic fabric of the old town. Thankfully, large parts of Yazd have been recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and there's a strong movement to restore the old houses, often turning them into beautiful boutique hotels and cafes. This allows visitors to experience the city's unique atmosphere firsthand. Staying in one of these traditional houses, with its peaceful courtyard and cool subterranean rooms, is honestly an unforgettable experience. It's like stepping into a living fairy tale. Our journey now takes us to a place of both immense tragedy and incredible resilience, the ancient citadel of Argi Bam. Located on the southern edge of the Iranian high plateau, Bam was a vital oasis on the Silk Road for centuries. At its heart stood the Arg, a colossal fortress city made entirely of adobe, mud bricks, and palm trunks. It was the largest adobe building in the world, a maze of fortifications, palaces, mosques, and houses, all enclosed within towering walls. For over 2,000 years, it stood as a sentinel in the desert, a symbol of permanence and strength. I can only imagine the caravans arriving, weary from the desert, and seeing its mighty walls appear on the horizon. Then, on a cold winter's morning, December 26, 2003, disaster struck. A devastating earthquake flattened the modern city of Bam and destroyed more than 80% of the historic Arg. The world watched in horror as this magnificent monument, which had survived invasions and the ravages of time, crumbled to dust in a matter of seconds. Thousands of people lost their lives, and a priceless piece of world heritage was seemingly lost forever. The sight of the ruins was truly heartbreaking. It seemed impossible that such a place could ever rise again. It felt like a story that had come to a very cruel end. But this is not where the story ends. What happened next is a tale of extraordinary hope and determination. In the wake of the earthquake, a remarkable international effort began, with archaeologists, engineers, and conservationists from all over the world joining their Iranian colleagues. Their mission was not just to clear the rubble, but to rebuild the Argi Bam. This was not a simple task. They had to sift through the debris, salvaging original bricks, and learning the ancient construction techniques that had been used for centuries. It became one of the most ambitious archaeological restoration projects ever undertaken. Today, if you visit Bam, you will see a miracle in progress. The citadel is slowly but surely rising from the dust. The great outer walls have been rebuilt, the governor's quarters are taking shape again, and the watchtowers once more stand guard over the desert. The restorers are using the same traditional materials and methods, ensuring the new structures are authentic to the spirit of the old art. It is a slow, painstaking process, but it is a powerful symbol of rebirth. The Argi Bam is no longer just a monument to the past. It is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the global commitment to preserving our shared heritage. It is simply wonderful. Let's travel northwest to the city of Tabriz, a place that has long been a melting pot of cultures. Situated on the historic Silk Road, Tabriz was a bridge between East and West, a bustling hub where merchants from as far away as Venice and China would meet to trade goods and exchange ideas. The heart of this commercial life, then and now, is the historic bazaar complex of Tabriz. This is not just a market, it is a city within a city. It is one of the oldest and largest covered bazaars in the world, a sprawling network of interconnected brick-vaulted corridors, courtyards, and caravanserais that stretches for several kilometers. It's an absolute labyrinth of wonders. Walking into the Tabriz Bazaar is like stepping into another world. The air is thick with the scent of spices, leather, and sweet tea. Sunlight streams through high domed ceilings, illuminating floating dust motes and creating patterns on the worn flagstones below. Each section of the bazaar, known as a timcha, specializes in a different trade. There is the carpet bazaar, a riot of color and pattern, where master weavers display their magnificent creations. There is the spice bazaar, with its fragrant mountains of saffron, cinnamon, and turmeric. You can find goldsmiths, coppersmiths, shoemakers, and booksellers, all practicing their crafts in workshops that have been passed down through generations. The architecture of the bazaar is a marvel in itself. The intricate system of brick domes and arches is not only beautiful, but also incredibly functional. It keeps the bazaar cool in the summer and warm in the winter, and provides a safe, enclosed space for commerce. The most beautiful part is the Timcheye Mozaffaria, the main carpet section, with its grand, light-filled central dome. The bazaar also includes mosques, bathhouses, and caravanserais, historic inns where traveling merchants could rest themselves and their animals. It was a complete social and economic ecosystem, and it has been functioning continuously for almost 1,000 years. The bazaar's importance goes beyond just trade. It has always been a center for political and social life in Tabriz. It played a key role in the Persian constitutional revolution in the early 20th century, and remains a powerful economic force today. Preserving such a vast and living complex is a huge undertaking. The structures require constant maintenance to protect them from decay and the pressures of modern life. But the merchants of the bazaar are its fiercest protectors. They understand that they are not just shopkeepers, they are custodians of a living tradition. A visit here is a dizzying, delightful, and utterly authentic experience. For our next adventure, we journey to the far northwestern corner of Iran, to the rugged mountainous provinces of West and East Azerbaijan. Here, nestled in remote and dramatic river valleys near the borders of Armenia, Azerbaijan, and Turkey, you will find a truly special and unexpected treasure, the Armenian monastic ensembles of Iran. These are not Persian mosques or Zoroastrian temples, but ancient Christian monasteries. Their presence here tells a fascinating story of centuries of coexistence and cultural exchange between Armenian Christians and their Persian neighbors. It's a side of Iran that many people are completely unaware of, and it is deeply moving. The most magnificent of these is the monastery of St. Thaddeus, also known as the Kara Kalisa, or Black Church. Legend says it was founded in the 1st century AD by the Apostle Thaddeus, making it one of the oldest Christian churches in the world. The current structure is a beautiful mix of different periods. The older eastern part is made of dark stone, hence the name Black Church. While the newer, western section was rebuilt in the 19th century with pale, intricately carved sandstone. It stands alone in a wide green valley, a powerful and solitary symbol of enduring faith. Once a year, in July, it comes alive as thousands of Armenian pilgrims from Iran and across the world gather here for a special service. Not far away, hidden in an equally stunning and isolated canyon, is the monastery of St. Stepanos. Reaching it is an adventure in itself, driving along a winding road that hugs the Aras River, which forms the border with Azerbaijan. The monastery is a fortified complex, with high stone walls that speak of a time when it needed to defend itself. Inside, the main church is a masterpiece of Armenian religious architecture, with a beautiful conical dome and exquisite stone carvings depicting saints and biblical scenes. It feels like a sanctuary of profound peace, a world away from everything. The silence is only broken by the wind and the cry of eagles circling overhead. These monasteries are a vital part of Iran's multicultural heritage. They stand as a testament to the country's long history of tolerance and its role as a refuge for religious minorities. The Iranian government, in cooperation with the Armenian community, has made great efforts to preserve these sites. They were collectively inscribed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, recognizing their universal value. Visiting them is a powerful reminder that history is never simple. It is a complex and beautiful tapestry of different peoples and faiths, woven together in the most unexpected places. It is a story of survival, devotion, and shared humanity. Well, darlings, what an extraordinary journey it has been. From the dawn of empires to the resilience of desert cities, Iran has revealed just a few of its countless treasures. If you are feeling inspired to embark on your own adventure, and I do hope you are, a little planning will go a long way. The best times to visit are in the spring, from March to May, and autumn, from September to November, when the weather is mild and pleasant. The summers can be very hot, especially in the central and southern regions, while winters can be quite cold, particularly in the mountainous north. Pack layers, and always a headscarf for women, which is required in public places. Getting around Iran is easier than you might think. There is a good network of domestic flights connecting major cities, which can save you a lot of time on long journeys. The intercity buses are comfortable, reliable, and very affordable. For a more scenic experience, the train system offers a wonderful way to see the country's diverse landscapes unfold. Within cities, taxis are plentiful. I recommend using apps like Snap, the local equivalent of Uber, for fair and fixed prices. And don't be afraid to ask for directions. Iranians are famously hospitable, and will often go out of their way to help a visitor. To truly enrich your journey, I suggest a simple itinerary. You could start in Tehran, the bustling capital, and spend a day or two exploring its fantastic museums, like the National Museum of Iran and the Treasury of National Jewels. From there, fly south to Shiraz, the city of poets and gardens, and use it as your base to visit the magnificent ruins of Persepolis and Pasargadae. Next, travel by road to Yazd, to lose yourself in its magical mud brick alleys. From Yazd, continue to the glorious city of Isfahan for at least 3 days. You'll need it to soak in the beauty of Naqshi Jahan Square. Finally, you can fly back to Tehran for your departure. This classic route covers many of the highlights. And my final piece of advice is simply to be open. Be open to the kindness of strangers, to the unfamiliar tastes and sounds, and to having your preconceptions challenged. Iran is a country that rewards the curious and the respectful traveler, with experiences that are rich, profound, and deeply human. You will find that the greatest treasure of all is not the stunning turquoise domes or the ancient ruins, but the warmth and generosity of the Iranian people. So go, explore, and let this land of whispering history tell you its stories. It will be an adventure you will never, ever forget.